there, Bebop here. Today we're going to talk about things that are very, very small. And I brought a guest who says that they are an expert at things that are very, very small, Dr. Von Beatbox. I swear, Dr. Von Beatbox was right here. Dr. Von Beatbox?
Here,
I heard
look.
Dr. Von Beatbox. Wait a second, is it
Bebop,
coming from inside my microscope? Dr. Von
here.
Beatbox? Dr. Von Beatbox? How'd you get in there? The magic science.
Let me tell you a story. When I was just a wee little child, I learned a very important science thing. I learned a scientific truth, and those are very rare. So, the scientific truth I learned is that things that are small, those things are cute.
Dr. Von Beatbox, I don't know how you got inside of there, but your resume said that you were an expert in all things that were very, very small. So I thought maybe you would come out of there and tell us a little bit about microscopes and what a microscope does and the parts of the microscope and stuff like that. That's why I asked you here today.
Oh, yes. Let me tell you all about the parts of a microscope. Okay, so here we have this we call the big twisty knob here. It let you focus in on things under the microscope. And this here that you look at, this we call the look-see hole. Do you see? Oh, no, that I was not correct. Look-see thing, no. Something look-see, I can't remember. But you just look-see in here.
Dr. Von Beatbox, that is not what those things are called. So why don't you let me tell everybody what these are called? Now would be a good time to get out that worksheet because we are going to write down the different parts of a microscope. The first part we're going to talk about is the ocular lens. And this is the part of the microscope that you look in to see your specimens. Now, some microscopes have different objective lenses that are different magnifications. This one just has this one. This part here, this is called the arm. This here is called the body tube. You think it'd be called the neck, but it's called the body tube.
Yes, you see, that's just what I was about to say. This here is very small and minute. Inside like this is the... Oh, no, I forgot again. Maybe I should have written this down on my worksheet. See, I should have been following along with the Bebop, but I wasn't.
Then here, this is the coarse adjustment knob. This is what you use to zoom in and out. Some microscopes have a second one of these, which is the fine adjustment knob.
Oh, yes. I was looking for my lunch. Because it is very small, you'll see. It's very small, you'll see.
This here is the base. And the most important part are these objective lenses. Now, they come in different magnifications. Most of the basic microscopes will have a 4x, which is 4 times magnification, 10x, and a 40x. On more expensive microscopes, they have a 100x objective. So if you want to see things that are 100 times their normal size, then you would want a objective lens that's 100x. This part here, this is called the stage. And these little metal clips here, those are called the clips. Some microscopes have a mechanical stage that allows you to move your slide up and down and left and right smoother.
Ooh, look at this fancy microscope.
Oh,
Dr. Von Beatbox, could you not touch, please?
Then underneath of here, this is called the diaphragm, and you use this to let in more or less light depending on what you're looking at. Underneath here, this is your light source. That's where the light comes from. Go ahead and fill those things in on your worksheet, and when we come back, we are going to look at microorganisms underneath of a microscope.
All right, so now that we know a little bit more about microscopes, let's look at some cool things under a microscope. Now you might be wondering where to get some microorganisms, and a good place to get them is in a pond. All you need is a microscope, of course. You'll need some slides, little glass slides like this, some little slide covers like this. Then you go to a pond with your parents' permission, of course, or maybe with their help. Take a glass jar or like a plastic container of some sort. And then you're gonna gather a little bit of pond water. You wanna make sure and get pond water that has some green algae in it, because that's where a lot of these microorganisms live. You can also get moss from the ground in the woods, or some lichen, which I have, that grows a lot of times on trees. And then you're gonna take those things and soak them in some water, preferably maybe the pond water that you had. You don't want to use the water from your sink because it has different chemicals in it that are supposed to kill those things, right? So you don't want that kind of water. You can also use distilled water. I just put a little pond water in it, and then I let it sit for 3 to 24 hours. And then once it's sat for several hours, you can take a sample of it. Okay, then once you have your slide and your slide cover, you can't see this very good because it's very, very small. Then all you do is take a sample from the pond water. So you just put a drop on there. You don't want to put too much on there. And then you just put the slide cover over top of it like that. And now you have your slide with your pond water, and you're ready to put it underneath of the microscope. Dr. Von Beatbox, where'd you go? This is the part I need you to help me with. Dr. Von, oh, I bet I know. Dr. Von Beatbox isn't here. Then I'm gonna assume they're in...
Ah! Oh, Dr. Von Beatbox.
Hey, Zibiba! Here I am in the microscope. Let's look at some cool things under here. Yes, let's look at this guy over here. This we call strange squiggly mouth monster. Very scientific. Oh, yes.
No. I believe that's called a rotifer. And there are lots of different kinds of rotifers. They're very cool. Look! See? Look! Look, Beatbox, there's another rotifer. Look how different that one is.
Oh, the scary Bebop. Don't worry, I got something to take care of it. Oh, I got this super soaker. I'm gonna get it. Oh, you know, Bebop, I bet it's hungry. Let's see. Oh, a little baby Starbucks treat for it. It will like this. Here you go. Here you go. 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 Don't eat me. Eat the Starbucks.
Dr. Von Beatbox, no, it's not gonna eat you. Why don't you come out? I think you're actually bothering the microorganisms.
Bebop, I know what this one is. Let me see. Oh, I'm gonna consult with the magic 8-ball. Let's see, what could this microorganism be? Magic 8-ball, so tiny and cute. It says no, not microorganism. Oh well.
So one of the identifying characteristics of a rotifer, which is a microscopic organism, their mouth has cilia, which are these little like tendrily things that you'll see on a lot of microorganisms. Sometimes they use them for swimming. Sometimes they use them for getting their food and grasping it and eating it. And so the word rotifer in Latin means wheel bearing. So it has like a wheel kind of a mouth with the cilia all coming out of there, and it eats stuff.
Biba! The back! I see so many rotifer!
All right. The next thing that we're going to look at under the microscope are water bears, which are one of my personal favorites. They have a phylum all to their own, and they're teeny tiny little creatures that are named water bears because they kind of look like a little bear.
Bebop, these are my favorite creatures. I love them so much. I'm gonna hug them and squeeze them.
I'm glad you're very
Love
excited,
them.
Dr.
Gonna hug them,
Von Box.
squeeze them. I love them
These
so
are your favorite too.
much. If you go down the wood today, you'll sure the big surprise. If you go down the wood today, you better go in disguise. For every bear that ever there was will gather there so certain because today's the day the water bear have their picnic.
And did you know that water bears can live for 30 years without food or water? And they can live in all kinds of different environments that most things can't live in. So maybe one day when we're exploring space, we might find some tardigrades, water bears, out there somewhere, because they could probably survive in space when most things can't. The next thing that we're going to look at under the microscope are amoebas. And amoebas are pretty cool. They don't have a definite shape to them. They can like move and warp. They've got what's called pseudopods, which they just extend like that's part of their body. And then they go after like bacteria and algae. And what they do, it's called phagocytosis, where they take things in and just like engulf them and like swallow them and dissolve them inside of their body. It's kind of neat, actually.
Oh, Bebop, I'm so scared. I don't like amoeba. They're so scary, Bebop.
Dr. Von Beatbox, you don't have to be afraid. Okay, well maybe if you'll stop going inside of the microscope, then you won't have anything to worry about from the amoebas.
Blood monster.
Let's look at some.
Oh, Bebop, I can't help myself. I just have to get see these amoebas so close. Do with those pseudopod phagocytosis. The Bebop! This not tardigrade. No, there's something different, Bebop. Ooh, there's so many of them, Bebop. I don't know what to do. Oh no. Oh, what do I do? What is this thing? Ooh.
Well, it looks like Dr. Von Beatbox has found a paramecium. Parameciums are ciliates, like rotifers, except for paramecium have cilia that surrounds their whole body and it helps them swim. Now, they used to call microorganisms animalcules, kind of like molecule, but animalcule for meaning a microscopic organism, basically. And so because parameciums kind of look like a slipper, they called them slipper animalcules. Isn't that cool, Dr. Von Beatbox? I forgot. Dr. Von Beatbox is inside the microscope again.
Oh, the bebop! Me also has the slipper, see? Me slipper, bebop, look, see? It look like the fox. Little foxy slipper. So no, me slipper no look like paramecium, no. Ah!
There you are, Dr. Von Beatbox.
Oh, here I am, Zippy-Bug. Don't worry, I came back. There was just too many paramecium in there. There are just too many, and they were really, what they did. I think they were doing. They're like my fox slipper. I think that they were going to eat them. Perhaps paramecium eat foxes.
No, Dr. Von Beatbox, paramecium do not eat foxes. Foxes are much too big for paramecium to eat. Paramecium eat things like algae and decaying things. You don't have to worry about them eating your slippers. What you doing there, Dr. Von Beatbox?
Look at the picture I made for you. Oh, let me sign it too. Okay. Ready? Oh, look, Bebop. See, look. Here. Here's a paramecium. See, and it's eating the fox. See that? So cute.
Well, I hope that you guys following along and watching this video at home have been doing a much better job of paying attention than Dr. Von Beatbox has been, obviously. All right, now we're going to play a little game. Dr. Von Beatbox is going to show you a series of microorganisms, and you are going to try and identify them based on the 4 microorganisms that we went over today in this video. Dr. Von Beatbot might throw in a few that are none of the above, so keep an eye out for those ones too. Okay, let's see how you do.
Let's look at some organism. Ooh, here come one. What's this one?
And that one? That's a paramecium.
Ooh, here come another one. Hee hee. What's this one?
Yeah, that's the water bear.
Ooh, how about this one?
I bet you guessed that this is none of the above. Looks pretty cool though, doesn't it? Maybe you can go out and try do some web research and figure out what that one was.
Ooh, what? What's this?
You're right. That's the amoeba. Ooh, now didn't that one look a little different than the other ones that you've seen? Remember, I told you the one group came in all kinds of shapes and sizes. The one with the, right, the rotifer. That's a rotifer. Good job. Okay, so that's it for us. I hope you enjoyed this video lesson. You can now go and fill in the blanks on the worksheet. Just needs a few things from the video about the different organisms. If you don't remember, you can just go back through the video and find those answers. While you go do that, I'm gonna play a little game with Dr. Von Beatbox. Hey, Dr. Von Beatbox, do you wanna play some Uno? See, 'cause look, it's small.
Oh, nosy Bebop. I'm not into small things now. No. Small things are scary. Ooh. Now, I'm into things that are